Question I get asked a lot is, what is the difference between motivation and inspiration, and does it matter? And I think that through this conversation, we could highlight the differences so that we could decide which one is more important for us. And it can be actually pretty enlightening, the topic quickly of labeling something. So the moment you label anything in your life, then you become more like that label, okay? Your brain is looking for direction. So if you decide that you are motivated, then your brain is going to show you examples of motivation, and you're going to be more in that direction in your life. You're going to see yourself as a more of a motivated person, and you're going to notice motivation. And you might decide to label yourself as an inspired person, and now you're going to start to see your life in more of an inspired way. It's very powerful. That's why this discussion could be very helpful. So let's look at the difference, and you decide which is you and who do you want to be. You can always change the label. Let's start with motivation. Motivation is a drive, and it tends to evolve around external outcomes and goals. If you are a driven, motivated person, then you are very big on goal setting and on looking for certain outcomes that you want to achieve. You will have things, you will track things, you will benchmark them. Now, sometimes you do it yourself, or sometimes your job requires it of you, but you're big on tracking progress and success. Outcomes are really important to you. So what's important about motivation is what drives your performance is effort. If you're a motivated person, you're hardworking, because for you, the way you get from here to here is effort, right? You basically push around circumstances, sometimes people, circumstances, to make your goals come true, right? And so it's external. And it's about benchmarking. It's short term. So you're always looking at today, my goal is I've got 5 things I need to accomplish, 5 goals, and now you're benchmarking it. You might even be putting it on so now the difference, and all about effort is motivation. The difference, what's inspiration? So to be inspired means to feel good. It means to believe it before you achieve it, right? So you believe it before you see it. Inspiration, I've found to be a very, very powerful force. It's not short term. In fact, it's not defined in some cases. You can still have goals that you are inspired to reach, and some of them have timelines and deadlines attached to them. But it's more like a powerful force inside you, a belief that pulls you in the direction of your goals. Yeah. It's a lot less about the effort, and it's a lot more about the belief and the feeling of success. Is if you're motivated, you look at a goal and you look at all the steps needed to get to that goal. If you're using inspiration, you are visualizing the success without necessarily all the conditions in between. Like I need to do this to get here. But you are feeling really good about that success. You're feeling confident, you're inspired, you're knowing you deserve success, you're knowing you can accomplish success. That's inspiration. So big difference. It's internal, it's inside you. It is not hinged on your external environment working out for you. It's an internal drive. that helps catapult you forward. That drive, that feeling, the inspiration drives you forward. Not having to manipulate and push everything around, right? It's not as much about effort. It's more about feeling really good. So I know most people, you're much bigger on motivation. Let's face it, motivation, you can track it, you can understand it, you can tell people about it. But through motivation, you're using effort and force. You might be really hard on yourself. You might be super hard on your teams if you're strong on motivation. Inspiration is the drive that will put you forward, that will propel you forward, because it's a belief and it's strong and it's powerful. It's easier. Whoever said you have to take 5 steps to get from here to here? I mean, if you know what those steps are? The more I goal set, here's what I see. Every goal I set is setting conditions in the way of what I want to accomplish. In order for me to have success, I need to accomplish this, 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 and this. And then I'm going to get there, because that's what goal setting is. Who says you need to do all that stuff? I mean, what if you took all that doubt out, all the conditions and circumstances that you need to work in your favor to get to where you want, and you just believed you could get there? Like you just knew it was meant for you? If you felt passion and inspiration? Like if you just believe in what you do and who you are, and know that that is something people want. You have something other people, you are unique, you are different, you have a great perspective. Other people, they don't have that. This is the inspiration. It's the inner drive that gets you to where you want to go. All these other little goals and conditions needing to line up for you to be successful, you don't need them because you're inspired. You know that you have the power, the skill, the experience. All you have to do is show people, show that. You've already got it. It's here. You've accomplished it. What if you assumed the goal was accomplished? I wake up and I've accomplished the goal even though I can't see it on paper. It's done. It's done. It's done. Now, that inspiration, all these little steps that we take to get to being done, they're almost not even there. You're just flying, or that it's not concrete. But what I'm hoping to show you is that sometimes by being so driven and motivated, we get in our way of success. We're putting all these mind traps in front of our destination. It's like I need to get from here to here, and I'm going to make it really complicated and put all this effort in the way of getting it done. Between motivation and inspiration. So if you're motivated, you're so used to tracking your progress. I mean, you're going to get on the phone and you're going to, basically you're manipulating your external environment. So in this case, you're going to manipulate the circumstance, the client, the experience to sign the deal. Sign this paper. Let's get this going. Let's get this done. You are motivating. You're using external effort to push the environment so that it looks the way you want it to look. So now you get the sale, you get the deal. Okay, so but what if you can't get that client to sign the deal? Well, you're probably going to feel disappointed. And that is the disappointment. All the disappointment. The disappointment, by the way, is the aftermath. It's along the way, all the craters that you put in front of all these conditions that have to be met, like the guy needs to sign the contract, right? That's motivation by force, but let's look at inspiration. So if you believed in inspiration, and inspiration was your driving force, before you even got on that call, you would line up with what you're trying to do. You want to feel so inspired. before you pick up the phone, you're going to think about the good of the client. You're going to think about what a great client this is. Look at their business. Look at how unique it is. Look at how they're currently struggling, but how you see potential and possibility for them. I see that. I have the skill, I have the desire, I have the ability to, in my own unique way, get them to where they need to go. So I have a vision. I believe in myself. I believe in my client. I believe in a future that's not in front of me now, but it's coming. And I believe I'm the piece that's going to get us there. Is that guy going to sign that contract? Damn right he is. Why? Because he wants to be inspired too. People get tired of looking at goals and pushing them around and pushing people around, trying to use power or control to get what we want. Why don't we go for inspiration? If you're a leader, this is so huge for you. Most leaders use power, control, effort to push around circumstances or people to benchmark and get what we want. But what I want you to know about that is you're looking at past results. And as long as you stare at results, especially if they're not the ones you want, the more depleted you will be. You're just not moving forward. If you sit there and look at a lack of success, because that's what often is entailed in a goal setting, right? You have poor performance. You're focusing on their poor performance. You're not focusing on their success. And you're having these people, these wonderful people who have skill, desire, and a huge amount of strength. And you're getting them to focus on their weaknesses, not their strengths. Because now you're going to set goals and you're going to say, almost as in punishment, we're going to push our effort at this until we accomplish this goal. That goal now is a lack. It's not a possibility. It's what we don't have. You see, as you look at results that aren't pleasing to you, you're looking at the past. That is a goal that was accomplished yesterday, last week, last month. You can use that as information. It's very valuable so that you can change your course a bit, so that you can inspire people. But it's not meant to punish them. It's not meant to force our clients to sign up for contracts that maybe actually we're not even qualified to do. Do you see that? Motivation takes us on a lot of paths. It can get very complicated. Although goals are really great, but I like to use them as an overall benchmark. It's not something that's meant to ever disappoint you. The most important thing is you get life behind the goal, and that's your inspiration. Remember, success is a feeling inside you. So success is two things. I look at success, it's not a goal, it's a feeling. Just like happiness, any positive emotion to me strongly is a feeling, not a goal. Okay, so however, for most people, success is a goal, and now you're motivated to achieve it. So what that means is you make it an external condition that needs to be met for you to be successful. Well, at the moment you make that goal, you don't have that external condition satisfied. That's why you make it. You're not there yet. And as a result, you're looking at the weakness, what you don't have, the lack, instead of what you actually want, the success, the prosperity. Think about success, actually feel success. See, right this minute, you can feel success. If you're a leader, I want you to hear this. You need to be inspired to inspire anybody else. It's got to be in you first. Be the change you want to see. Be inspired. It's a feeling. It's inside you. It has nothing to do with everybody. I know you want to show up for work and you want your teams to be happy and inspired. You want motivation. You're going to hire someone like me to come in and motivate them. And you're going to want people to be benchmarked, and you want to control their performance. Like, I understand. But all of that, and I'm not saying it's bad, nothing's bad. We're not, the way you label it is the way you label it. But just know that there's also inspiration there. And it's far, far more powerful. If you want people to be happy, you're the leader, you be happy. Once you're happy, I mean, you show up for work and you're inspired and you feel good and you believe in the people who work with you. You believe in the work that you do. You think that what you do is powerful. If you sit around in your office, don't even go in there and talk to the people. Sit there in your office and bliss out. I mean, feel so good about what you do. No, think about your clients who love you and the work that you do, who love your teams. Think about your past success. Feel really, really good about the kind of contribution you make, about all these jobs and prosperity that you're creating by simply being there at work every day, by doing what you do. That's the drive that's going to help people move forward. We don't have to run around and control their performance and force them to do things. Set rules and complicated deadlines that are just going to deplete people. What we could do is believe in those people. Believe in their success. Be inspired by our own success, by our own work, by what we do as a team. And then spread that inspiration to others. So if you are an inspirational leader, you would focus a lot on the feelings, on the good feelings, not the bad ones. I would, as often as possible, I would take my eye off any complicated, difficult circumstances, and instead I would focus people on where you're headed, on what you want. The direction is always forward. When you see people complain, when you see people miss their goals, when they feel depleted, you need inspiration. This motivation thing isn't working right now. Let's inspire them. Let's show them the value of what they do. Let's show them how they help clients, internally help clients, how when they feel good about their work, then they do good things for other people. You see, it doesn't matter what you do. It matters how you feel about what you do, how you feel. That is inspiration. It's internal. It's big picture. So you don't reach your goal. That's just going to give you direction. Maybe you have to alter the timeline. Maybe, okay, he said no. You know what? That doesn't mean no. That means not right now. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next week. Maybe we just need to adjust our contract. Maybe something has changed on their end that we don't know about. But if we knew, we would see great opportunity, not just with this client, but all the other ones too. Now we're seeing potential. We're not seeing problems. Inspiration is far more powerful. It's, as you can probably tell, it's so much simpler. It's so much easier. Line up with what you want people to do and with what you want to do. Feel good about it. Lead people in the direction that you want them to go. And you'll all be so inspired. You'll be having so much fun.